Are you ready to unleash the horses? In 2 days' time, on the 17th of February, we are moving into the horse year in the Chinese calendar. So we're moving from the snake year to the horse. On top of it, that day you have a new moon in Aquarius and an eclipse. So these two enhance a lot this new year, this movement to the new year, this movement to this new energy. So I will explain everything. But first, let's explain a little bit what we're moving away from, what represented the snake year for us as a collective, and what closure we should have before we enter the horse year. The snake year was very inward. It's a lot of psychological depth. It's a lot of inner transformation, shedding old skin. A lot of moment where we are thinking of ourselves. How do we feel? What are we doing? Does this still serving us or not? Like, it was very, very inward. I don't know if you felt it, but personally, and I know my surrounding, we all felt it truly. I do feel that 2025 was a very challenging year for a lot of people. We got to face what doesn't work for us anymore. But that snake came to serve us and to really put it up to our face that if it doesn't work, you have to find a way to move on from this, to stop doing this, to stop doing that job, serving these clients, investing in these relationships. It was, I guess, for different topic of life for everybody. We just faced what we were supposed to face, literally. As a collective, we all went through it in different ways. It did touch us in different part of ourselves. So we could see in the collective a lot of identity shedding, a lot of internal recalibration, a lot of transformation, a lot of getting rid of things, stopping patterns, cutting off relationships, retracting inwards, being very internal, very private, quiet, hermit mode, a lot of self-reflection, psychological detox, quiet endings, secrets coming to life. Like, we all had different things that have happened to us. So in the moment, it's very challenging. It is really challenging us to our deepest, I would say, triggers and emotions. But at the same time, like a snake in real life, when he loses skin and starts fresh and new, it's like that death and rebirth. So there were a lot of rethinking of alliances, of relationships, reconsidering things. People were withdrawing to rebuild, cutting off people. I mean, I think you understood the full picture, but this was the snake energy that is about to end. You literally melt down before you rebuild, before you get a new birth, a new form of the self, whatever you decide or whatever your soul needs deep down. So now, what is the horse energy? What the horse will represent, what our year will look like with that horse energy. So the horse represents movement, speed, visibility, taking action, moving forward at a high speed, independence, charisma. The shadow side of the horse energy is impulsivity, burnout, restlessness, and ego-driven actions. So even though that energy is it can be very impulsive, It's moving fast forward, like no stagnance. The energy of the horse hates to not be in movement. So we always have to be in movement, which is a very nice energy, especially when you come from that snake year and you got rid of the old, got rid of everything that doesn't serve you anymore, that you don't want in your life anymore. So you're starting fresh with new ideas, with new energy, a beautiful energy. But I guess it still has to be directed in a very healthy way. The energy cannot be spread out. The energy cannot take power over you and drag you. That's what can happen if you do not control it in a way. What you want is to use that energy for yourself and be in control. So you're aware. It's a year of movement. It's a year of momentum. It's a year where you will take action and the horse will help you. You know that expression, unleash the horses? It's literally, as soon as you unleash them, they speed. They just go and speed, 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 because it's just that sense of freedom. It's their inner, it's very deep. It's a very deep feeling of, oh, yes, freedom. So we need to use that energy to our own expense in a beautiful way. And what is very meaningful in this evolution and moving through different signs every year and coming from the snake to the horse is like the horse needs alignment before taking off. So that's why it's very important to make sure you had closure, to make sure everything is sorted and you can just know where you're heading, know where you want to head. Use that horse energy to accelerate a little bit, but be in control. This year, the horse is a fire horse. So you have an energy attached to the animal, which influence it a lot. So the horse on its own is about movement, freedom, travel, visibility, moving forward, acceleration, and so on. And what the fire is adding to it is trigger, because fire can lead to burnout. Fire can lead to too much too fast. So it can help you taking bold action, fast decision. It can really serve you in that sense, but don't get burned by that fire energy. So to say it very simply and quickly, if you are aligned with what you do, this fire horse energy will help you expand. You just feel expansion in your life. But if on the other side, if you're not aligned, if you haven't used that year, the snake year, to shed old skin, cut off pattern and everything, it's gonna lead to chaos. So you may want to do disclosure if they're not done yet. Take decisions for yourself, for your own sake. So then you have the new moon that day, the same day. So what is a new moon? New moon is about new beginnings, planting seeds, thinking of new ideas, starting new things. It's where you can start fresh and really look inward and see what do you want, and writing down these ideas so they can emerge later. And what is beautiful in that new moon for this new year is that it is in Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about innovation, freedom from old structures, immersion of new pathways. So it's a very beautiful energy to start this Chinese New Year. And on top of this, moving to the horse here, new moon energy, we have an eclipse. And this is even more enhancing what's going to happen that day. So the eclipse energy is about revelations, endings, closing karmic energies, revelations, sudden movement and directions in your life, in your business, cosmic revelations, wall collapses. Everything is tested. Your foundation is very much tested by eclipse season. So usually the eclipse are challenging relationships, career pivots, relocations, endings, identity upgrade, and of course your nervous system. So it really goes deep within you. So now, what does it do to have all of these together? So the horse is basically motion, movement, and the eclipse is correction. So if you are still uncertain of certain things, if you haven't made disclosure, if you are off path, you will feel very moved that day. You will feel very shaken. But on the other hand, if you're prepared, if you know where you're going, you did what you had to do, you're gonna feel propelled, which is amazing. So basically, if you're aligned, you know where you're going, and you start this new year prepared, you've planted seeds, you've made your closure, you've shedded your skin a few times, and you've set up your intentions and you're going for it, to the moon. So I reckon that I feel that last year was very inwards and very silent, quiet, in our own world, our own struggles, trying to figure it out on our own and everything. So many people were trying to unleash what was happening in there and resolve and release and everything. And I do feel that this year we will see a lot of people emerge, putting themselves out there, finally unleash their energy and allowing the world to see them. So I do feel that a lot of people will go more online and finally decide to just share their gift to the world. And I think it's a very good thing, because a lot of people have a lot to give and they're just scared or not confident enough, or they don't feel comfortable doing what I'm doing with you right now. But I do feel that I think this horse energy is going to move the world. I do feel a lot of things will happen. So in terms of power and the war and what is happening in the world right now, I do feel that we may see things moving more quickly, or decision being taken suddenly. Like the fire horse energy will bring a lot of ego and movement, which will lead to a lot of people taking radical actions. That's what I think. In terms of the banking systems and the new systems that are emerging everywhere, I do feel that we also will see an acceleration. It's like everything that has been falling apart and everything that has been emerging everywhere the last few years, where a lot of people wouldn't really think that it will happen, start to wake up and realize, yes, it's gonna move, and we will have to adapt and change how we do things. So we better choose what we want to do. We better take some time and look at what's happening and start using these new systems. So I do feel that this will move also way quicker than the last few years, what it's been moving, slowing down, moving, falling apart, starting again. I do feel that now it's really taking such a presence in the world where we're all aware that it's going to move. In terms of crypto, so I am not a crypto advisor, but I've invested and I have a lot of people around me that invested into crypto. So of course, that's something that interests me a lot. I do feel, and I think this also can go along with the stock markets and the price of gold, silver, oil, gas, and everything. But I do feel that we will see a lot of movement that will be very extreme. So it may rise suddenly and then crash suddenly and rise again. And I do feel that everything will like accelerate. We haven't had in crypto the bull run that we were expecting, so maybe, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but maybe this year will help to accelerate a little bit what has been slowed down, and we don't really know why. So I think this year will be very interesting in crypto. In terms of work and career, I do feel that a lot of people will become entrepreneur. They will pivot and decide to try to create a life for themselves where they're more free to choose. I really can see that people are not very happy in the system anymore, and that almost the only way to really decide fully for yourself and be free is to make it happen for yourself on your own. So I do feel that we will see a rise in entrepreneurship. A lot of people suddenly quitting their job, shifting their life completely. I think also in the business aspect, this horse year will be very interesting. But I do also feel that we will see a lot of success, like fast success. Like people will reach faster momentum. Like sometimes it's very slow and steady, and you have to be very committed, very strict with yourself, and very regular, especially when it's about social media, YouTube, and all these things where you have to post regularly and be committed and consistent. Otherwise, it kind of like fades. So I do feel that people will reach momentum faster, which is beautiful because it really gives access to a lot of people it helps them to be seen, to be more in the spotlight, and to be able to share the gift and access more people. So I won't speak about politics or religion because it's not a topic that I want to talk about in this channel. But I do feel that a lot of things are going to move also in that way, like we already see a few things. And I do think that people will move cities way more, search for themselves outside of their comfort zone again. I do feel that we have been expanding our comfort zone for the last few years. And when I say expanding, I mean we're traveling more, we're going more to live overseas. Like there's a lot of people moving, especially the digital nomads people and everything. So you get to, like, the discomfort of being a nomad and of being in a country where it's not your culture, it's not your religion, it's not your money, it's not your language and everything. You kind of adapt to it. So that discomfort becomes your comfort zone. So I do feel that now people will want to test the waters even further and test themselves to go again back into outside of their comfort zone to expand even more. And I think, yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what's gonna happen for everybody, for myself, for my people around me, and for everybody, and for the world in general, and see what's gonna happen. But I do feel that the snake energy was tough. It was heavy. It was very heavy, very slow, very deep and dark. I do feel that the fire is gonna be very much more positive, enhancing the goods, helping you moving faster, or at least helping you taking the first steps and pushing you along the way. I do feel that we will run next to the horses the whole year, and it's very positive, and I'm very excited about this year. So yeah, so I guess even if you're not into it, if you're listening to me right now, it means you're curious, which is nice. Curiosity is a very great quality. I do feel that even if you don't believe so much about new moons, full moon energy, about astrology, about Chinese calendar and everything, I do feel that the 17th of February, that day and the day around, especially the day after, we will all feel a collective shift. and a beautiful energy. And I do feel that it's always nice to journal, to write down what do we want, what do we don't want anymore, burn this paper and just like let go of what we don't want anymore, and especially focus on what we want now. Where do you want to be in 6 months? Where do you want to be in a year, 5 years, 10 years time, in your work, in your relationships, in the world? What do you want to own? What do you want to do? How do you want to serve? How do you want to help people around you? Giving, receiving, how do you want to navigate this? How do you want to be perceived? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to become this year? How do you want this horse energy to serve you? I am very curious about that. I'm excited to see what's going to happen to myself and to my people around me, because we went through that snake year together and it was really tough. We all had let's say a very bumpy road along the way, and now I really see a fast way, a very fast way, where we have that beautiful fire energy, the proud fire, like, okay, now you can look at me, I'm ready, let's do it. So I'm excited for this energy, and yeah, tell me in the comment, what do you think about that? What is your take into it? Like, did you do what you were supposed to or should have done? Or if not, it's not too late. I invite you to do it today, tomorrow, before the 17th, so you can really start this new year in a very beautiful, positive and light way. So be ready to unleash the horses.